Welcome back, guys, to Final Fantasy XVI, where last episode, we continued through the complex below Phoenix Gate, facing off against machinations, including an Iron Giant, before being confronted by something different, a Lich, alongside other weird life forms. Reaching a mural depicting something seemingly godly upon it, Clive's head began to hurt once again. Seeing the cloaked figure in front of him that turned out to be Clive himself, as our protagonist awoke to witness the end of Ifrit and Phoenix's fight, leading to a battle to accept the truth between Clive, Ifrit, and an infernal shadow before Clive became Ifrit under control, dispatching the fiend. Having left the ruins, we now return back to Eastpool.
Tell me, who did this, or I'll see you suffer the same fate.
The man who delivered the coffer said Sid paid him.
I let you run amok with the rest of your rats, and this is how you repay me? Find out where he is. I'll crush him, flay him, rip out his heart, him and all his filthy brood, and send every last one of them to hell. Out. No!
Yes, my lord.
Benedicta.
Meaning of life? Well, we got Benedicta in a box back there, so that's not it. Ifrit is awoken. Clive has gained control of the icon Ifrit, allowing access to new iconic abilities such as Ignition, a fiery lunge that drives back enemies while dealing continuous damage, as well as unlocking the limit break gauge. Slots for Ifrit's abilities are shared with those for the Square-Enix and can be confirmed via the abilities tab in the main menu. Oh, no sharing. I like my counters after all. The limit break gauge is located beneath Clive's health bar, releasing Clive's inner beast and semi-prime into Ifrit by pressing L3, R3 when this gauge is full. The gauge fills in battle both by taking damage as well as by successfully performing offensive and defensive maneuvers. Semi-priming temporarily grants increased attack potency and speed, gradual HP regeneration, and guard-breaking strikes.
So, what next?
We return to Eastpool. I promised the mayor I'd talk to him again. About Lady Hannah amongst other things. Though she may be loath to leave, I can't help thinking she'd be safer with Sid too.
Alright, we should arrange an introduction then.
Unfortunately, Sid's place is about to no longer be safe, but they don't know that, so... what can you do, really? Ifrit is channeled. So, free abilities. Limit Break itself can be powered up further. Duration is determined by the number of gauges full at time of execution. Can be used at any time regardless of Clive's recovery status. Cannot be KO'd while semi-primed even if HP is lowered to 0. Recommended for use after staggering an enemy or when Clive's HP is low. You get lots of attribute bonuses. Changes attack style, doubles spells, increase charge magic burst and precision shot potency by 10%. That's it. It's just reading that one line for me was just like, yeah, it's Final Fantasy XIV patch notes here. Increases iconic ability potency by 10%. Slowly restores HP, increases defense by 10%, and prevents stagger when taking damage. Upgrade adds a second limit break gauge. Mastery adds a third limit break gauge. Semi-prime finish is a bonus point available as well. Apart from that, we got what? Willow the Wicks? I don't know how to pronounce that. Summon a storm of fireballs to circle around Clive, damaging nearby targets while also absorbing damage too. Shield plus damage, eh? And the ignition, attack while charging, inflicting multiple hits and forcing the enemy back, can be used in mid-air. Well, too many abilities. Having to share a slots here is not my cup of tea. I have to share these ones, but I quite like these. We'll keep them for now, and we'll see how things go in the rest of our journey, I guess. Apart from that, what I might take is just the charge magic boost. Because any faster time, that works for me. Okay, let's keep on keeping on. They love the term potency, don't they? Now you're like, well, what's over here? Must be something relatively similar, considering how the activation worked last time. Though, I'd imagine it would be completely inaccessible at this point in time.
Torgal, what is it?
Nothing good, I'll wager. Come on.
I told him not to flag the town. Asking me to speak with him again at some point later? What was he doing to all this bad? Least intelligent mayor? No, let's just not be too mean. He said the words, though. He said the words. Maybe the blight just got in. Maybe it's something a little less menacing?
What happened here?
They're getting a bit stabby, I can tell you that.
You'll pay for this.
We've got a live one.
What are you doing here? Answer me!
Remember our orders? No survivors.
Who would order such a thing?
Guy's probably running at us right now at high speed.
Garuda, lend me your strength! Stay down!
Any more attacking Eastpool? Oh my god, they hacked off this. Oh no, his leg is still there.
Thought you could escape us, did you, Branded? You were born a slave, and you'll die one!
That's enough!
Kill all the ducal dogs!
Ducal dogs? They were innocent people!
Ow! Ow! I'll take it this is a healer back here.
It's over.
Maybe not.
This place off.
Kind of deserved that one. Oh, no, high potion. I'm going to use heal.
A little help.
Ah!
Stay down. Not this time.
A moment where you really are trying to counter them. You're just failing miserably at it.
Put them all to the sword. Bearer or no.
That guy's saying that according to my directional sound. I'm like he's dead.
Stay down.
I won't stab this guy, but I seemingly can.
It's over.
All must burn! The bearers and those who sheltered them. By Empress Annabella's command!
Where'd they get this boy from? Is that thingy's house, by any chance?
Why?
Clive,
I know. It could wait.
Oh, a spinny move. How can you challenge her holy spells? I almost feel like he shouldn't be able to, considering like what they're doing here. Oh, I tried to counter that twice and failed miserably. Don't even know how much extra damage that was, if anything. Oh man. It's weird, I'm like missing the obvious kind of dodge points. Which is not what I want to be doing. How fast does the limit bar break build up? He got me on the second one. He was a big boy. It's that Lady Anna's house, though.
I'm sorry, Lady Anna. You deserved so much better. All of these people did. Better than my mother.
we're too late. Gav. Clive. Acting on the orders of the Duchess, eh? We knew Eastpool was harbouring bearers. Thought they were safe enough hidden up here, but someone must have let slip. If they'd have only come to us sooner, none of this would have had to happen. Fuck!
My mother always did despise bearers. The way Father embraced them when the other nations spat on them as slaves. The way an accident of birth gave them a power that others lacked.
But why kill everyone? They meant no harm. They just wanted to be free.
This world judges that a crime punishable by death. Which is why we're going to change it. Gav, we want to help.
Thought you'd got your own stuff to be getting on with.
We do. But it can wait.
In that case, we should head back and tell Sid you've had a change of heart. He was always on it yet to join us.
All right.
And we'd best be quick. Last I heard, he was planning another excursion.
What about the villagers?
Aye. Can I leave yous lot to take care of things here?
Of course. We'll make sure they get a proper burial.
Thank you. All of you.
When you're ready, then.
Now, rats, lead me to your nest. Lord Kupka has a message for your leader. If only he knew where to send it.
There was a chest in the middle of that town, but I can't go there. The only place I can go is back. It won't let me travel to there at this time. Of course, there had to be someone looking in from afar, and with us joining it was Sid. That's obviously putting us straight in Titan's firing line. I think we know how things are gonna start to play out next, eh? Back to the hideaway. Righting
Sid
wrongs.
Solar, then. We have a lot to discuss.
Depends if we can do anything else anywhere else.
I see I'm busy here. What do you want?
Always so welcoming. Stormcry is one we've already made, of course, so we can't make a fire blade out of our bit of Ifrit type material at this point.
That it?
Yep, nothing to upgrade at the moment. Just story. Keep us on the story track.
Clive! You're alright! I thought you might be... Ah!
Thought it might be, did you? I mean, we got this stone now where it's opened up the arcade mode of the stage replay. Treasure coffer data is retained. That's the thing. That's the interesting point of it all, right? I like how gameplay mode will default to action focus for the arcade mode.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier. Didn't sound happy. What do you suppose it could be?
Clive, was it?
Hi. I'm known. Alright, the Orchestron has a tab there. We've got a few other things around the place after all. Sound of silence if we want to go with that. I think I'll stick with that because it's got a kind of nice ethereal sound to it. Oh, do you have another song for me, Spoony Bard?
Petals stand up to the sun. The rose fears not his shade. Earth soak in tears of blood. Tonight his oath is made.
I didn't really expect him to go up to, like, the old off at that point in time, or not. That was a jump.
Take a seat, Clive. I'll fetch you a bowl of brown.
Bowl of brown sounds horrible. I don't want a bowl of brown. Can I have a bowl of appealing? I don't know. What colour is appealing?
Learn your letters. Easy for him to say.
Have you come for a tale?
Well,
Or perhaps you have one of your own.
Well, I kind of more just want to tick off the things on the list.
Particular chapter before.
1,000 Tomes is a comprehensive compendium of Valisthean lore, covering everything from basic terms to important persons, geography, and history. New information is constantly added as Clive progresses through the story. Past active time lore entries can also be viewed
I have
here.
a few new notes that might interest you.
I'm telling Harpocrates updates the tome. What? Oh.
Now this, I believe you will find most interesting.
Harpocrates has had a revelation. Okay. So, there's only 2 entries for me. Shall I read them, I guess? The Valisthea calendar. The dating system used throughout the Twins, which marks the years of the realm that have passed since the signing of the Continental Accord some 800 years ago. In the centuries since, nations have risen and fallen and the concord between them has faltered, but the calendar persists. It's got related things. And the Eggies. Dating back to antiquity, the team Eggy has historically been used to describe those ethereal entities that can be conjured by dominance. Eggy. E.g.? I don't know. Eggy are capable of casting potent magics corresponding to the elemental alignment of their creators. Though unquestionably formidable, they will fade immediately should the dominant who gave them being happen to be slain. Gerardo and Supana. The Eggies, yeah.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
So there's a fair bit I haven't read at this point in time. Weirdly enough. Some of it is current, if you know what I mean. The Purge of Eastpool that literally just happened. In the year 873, so we know when it is. Annabelle Lesage, Holy Empress of Sanbreque and Vicereine of Rosaria, ordered that all bearers being harbored by the villagers be slaughtered, along with those ducal loyalists who would give them shelter. In the ensuing massacre, Eastpool's population was effectively decimated, and ultimately the village was abandoned. Eastpool itself was okay, a hamlet located in the eastern part of the imperial province of Rosaria. It was once surrounded by fertile farmland, but the southward creep of the blight eventually drove out most of the inhabitants. In the aftermath of the attack on Phoenix Gate in 860 and the Ironblood invasion that followed, many fled here, including bearers who had lost their masters. The majority of that population, however, was wiped out in the culling of bearers ordered by Empress Annabelle, and the village now lies abandoned and in ruins. You get a before and after as well. Ancient mural. A wall painting found in the depths of the apodity of... under Phoenix Gate. Who created it and for what purpose is unknown, but the celestial being in the center suggests some connection to a long-lost religion. Sure we'll be able to see Hugo Kupka's
Did you learn everything you needed?
Dialogue in the future.
Do you need any help, Miss Molly?
To our friends.
Alright, up we go. Hey Sid, how are you doing? We've come to join you properly. How's that arm?
We can keep running. Or we can walk through this door.
This place is getting more crowded by the day.
I tell myself the bustle's a blessing. There'll be time enough for quiet contemplation when I'm dead. So, did you find the answers you were looking for?
I still don't know what to make of this gift, curse, or whatever it is I've been given. But there is one thing I can say for certain. I am a dominant. Ifrit. And there is nothing I can do to change that. It is a burden I must bear until my dying day.
Spoken true. Forgiveness, and in turn salvation, can only begin with acceptance. It's a path we all must walk, no matter how colourful our histories.
Sid, you once told me that you wanted to build a place where people could die on their own terms.
I did.
I've been thinking about that. Why not a place where people can live on their own terms? For 13 years, killing was all I knew. So obsessed with death that I never stopped to consider the lives of those around me. Lives that I see now were scarcely worth living. Be they bearers or beggars, most march blindly to their end, never realizing that they too deserve a choice. And I dare not turn a blind eye to their suffering any longer.
So, atonement then, is it?
That was the answer we found.
The only one we need.
I'll be expecting you both to pull your weight.
And we will.
Well then, with a sprinkle of fire and ice, this plan of mine might just work.
What trouble are you looking to get yourself into now?
The best kind. We're going to sneak into the Imperial capital and pay a visit to Mother.
And the last of our farmholds in the eastern provinces has succumbed to the blight.
Without their yield, we will be hard-pressed to fill the capital's granaries before winter.
If there is a capital by then, the black creeps closer as we speak.
And yet you do naught but bawl and bluster.
Your Radiance?
If it is fertile land the Empire requires, we need but look south.
If you mean the crystalline Dominion's holdings, we are bound by mutual accord. Theirs is a neutral state whose borders we are sworn to respect.
Gentlemen, did we swear to see our people starve?
Well, I really do think that...
I don't think The gates of Oriflamme buckle at the flood of those come seeking refuge from the blight. If there is not grain enough to feed those within our walls, how, pray tell, will we feed those without? But instead of setting your minds to riddles such as these, you lock horns with an enemy from across the sea, sending our soldiers to the slaughter in their thousands. The Empire bleeds, and you sit here prattling like crones in a tea house. And you fancy yourselves leaders of men. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. We are but their servants. If their land is being wrested away, it is our duty to claim new lands for them.
Your Radiance! You cannot mean a war of conquest.
That is exactly what I mean. It is time we expanded our dominion. This is the will of great Grieger.
There will be uproar. Then we must find a way to distract the citizenry. But how much will that cost?
And what of our legions? Shall we raise the furs?
Well, someone will have to contend with the Dalmex.
I will not keep you. You all have much to do. Where is my son?
The Lord Prince is currently garrisoned at the Strait of Orther. If it please you, I can send word requesting his immediate return to the Holy Capital.
That won't be necessary. Tell him instead to see to his wounds. Bahamut's strength will be needed again soon.
As you command.
I must have misheard. You mean to tell me that the Mothercrystals are the reason the world is dying? Are you mad?
I have been called that on occasion, but no, not today. We've all seen it firsthand. Empty wastes where once were green meadows. Land drained so dry of its ether, not even the rats remained. But where was it all going? I spent years searching for an answer, until I saw it standing right in front of me. There, in the self-same crystals we look to for their so-called blessing. All right, listen. Take this crystal. How does it allow us to conjure magics? Answer, by drawing ambient ether from the air. And where do these crystals come from?
That's easy. They're mine from the Mothercrystals.
They're one and the same. Although admittedly this here fits more easily in the pocket.
But the Mothercrystals are massive. Some as large as mountains.
So you see the problem. Imagine just how much ether can be drawn by something that size. As to where it's all going, mind, well, I can't know everything, can I?
We are taught that the Mothercrystals are divine. Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
Who says they didn't? Maybe the truth was inconvenient.
Inconvenient to whom, exactly?
The higher-ups? The gods themselves?
So now you want to do something about the crystals? And what? We're not helping bearers and dominants anymore.
I didn't say that. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm. And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch. Not if we want to create a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of defeats the purpose. So, if we have to bring the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one, what say you? Are you with me?
I suppose it's about time I repaid your faith.
You could have just said aye. But it's nice to have you aboard all the same.
What have I got myself into? I'm going to need more than a few potions for this.
Just a few. It'll be fine.
If everything we were taught about the Mothercrystals was a lie, then what else might we have been deceived about?
I'll give you two a moment to sort out your kit. It's a long walk to Oriflamme. I wouldn't want you keeling over on the way.
Yes, well, there's a couple of side quests here, there, and everywhere. For us to deal with first of all. How are you today?
There's work enough here for 100, and not nearly enough able bodies to see it all done. The Hideaway is lucky to have you and Jill.
I'm definitely sure no matter what, that Clive's going to be pulling his weight from what Sid said too. Sid, by the look of it, should be using his power incredibly sparingly, is how I'd put it. I don't know.
I see I'm busy here. So, what'll it be?
Hey, flame tongue. No flamberge, though. With a tongue of flame spake he the words of destruction. Well, I'll make that, but it needs Stormcry to become it. Okay, so that's the upgrade train for that kind of weapon, is it?
Right.
In the meantime, these are the same. And upgrading this, so we don't have new defensives yet. By the look of things.
That it?
Just weaponry. Big fiery weaponry.
Wanted to send a message, most likely. But did she have to go so far?
I mean, the Valisthea.
So gone. The letter. No, 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 no. Oh, please, no.
You've lost a letter. Nothing too important, I hope.
Not just a letter. I lost everything. There's a hole in my damn pack, and fool that I am, I didn't bloody notice.
It can't be that bad, surely.
How could it be any worse? I'm a courier. I carry things. If I can't do my job right, then what am I good for? Nothing, that's what. I buggered it right up. That means no herbs for the infirmary, and no fresh meat for our cooking pots. Worst of all, that letter I lost? It was for Sid. A letter he's been waiting on for days.
Maybe if you retrace your steps.
I'd scour Storm from coast to coast if I could, but there are curse breakers in the field, counting on my arrival. No, I'll just have to own up to Otto and Sid. They're gonna skin me alive.
Fine. Tell me where to look.
Are you serious? Thank you.
It sounds like the Hideaway could use those supplies. So, where should I start?
Gotan's bales, perhaps? I took a tumble in the bushes when I was passing through. There's a chance my pack might have caught on something. If you can find everything I dropped, you'll be doing us all a favor. And if you can find Sid's letter, you'll be saving my life.
If it's there, I'll find it.
Wonderful. Now, I have to run if I'm to make my next delivery in time. I trust you can find your way to Gotan's bales. Oh, and hurry, will you? Sid doesn't like to be kept waiting.
I will go with speed. Have some of the bearers managed to get the brands off? Yes, I think that was said when we entered the Hideaway for the first time, that it's a possibility. But it does seem...
It won't last very long out in the elements. I should make for Sanbreque as soon as I can.
To be a Bernie kind of way of going about things, to be honest. Is how I'd look at it. So we need to go over here. Just to here, by the look of it. It's the same quest area as last time. To be honest, it's a bit of a double-edged sword.
His pack might have split while he was passing through the bales. I better keep my eyes open.
Because even with the removal of it in that fashion, I'd assume people would know it's just a removed brand.
Looks like I'm in the right area.
Then at least you're not staring at it in the mirror, so it's one of those things.
More of the lost supplies.
They did not make our side quests a long-fought thing, did they?
I doubt he could have fit much more in his pack. Still no sign of Sid's letter, though. We've come this far. Might as well ask around.
To you, by the look of it.
A little overdressed to be picking grapes, aren't you? Are you here for Master Quentin?
I'm looking for a letter someone dropped nearby. I don't suppose you've seen it.
Can't say I have, sorry.
Well, if you do...
Wait, I did pass a dog with something in its mouth a little while back. Could have been a piece of paper. No idea if it was your letter, but you never know.
Which way did it go?
Towards Lostwing? Seemed well looked after to me. Dare say someone there's been feeding it.
To the village, then. Thank you.
Yes, quick, take me away from this area. Those grapes have so many triangles, they're almost round. That's unnatural. They should be like 8 triangles maximum.
It's looking to be a fine harvest.
Says everyone who's played Final Fantasy XIV and plays Final Fantasy XVI, right? Not one person skipped by that observation.
Master Quentin summon you.
Yes?
The shad's all salted and smoked.
Hey, dog.
Day on the line and they're still not.
I knew you were villains.
It seems we have our culprit. Sorry, boy. Someone's waiting for this. And he's waited long enough already. Hopefully this will keep our career out of trouble.
Okay, where to next? The interesting thing is, like, she's doing this, but it's way more sinister now. Do you know what I mean? It's way more worrying than it was before. We got some more information to read by the look of it. Ether, yeah. What that lady's using right there. The life force of the land are the source of all magic. The amount of ether a spell consumes depends on its strength, with those manifesting more potent forces over a wide area coming at a greater cost. Larger crystals can channel more ether than smaller ones. Unless can be used to cast more powerful magics. One might use a small ration shard to grill a fish, but would require a large municipal crystal to fire a blacksmith's forge. We've got more information about Lostwing 2, a settlement located in central Sanbreque on the northeastern edge of the Great Wood. Having initially found prosperity as a stopover point for travelling traders, it fell from favour when newer, better roads bypassed it and eventually fell off the map entirely. Presently, its obscurity serves as cover to mask its burgeoning status as a safe haven for bearers who work the nearby vineyards for Quentin, Yeldemon and co-conspirator of Sid's, while casks of Golden Rouge aged in Lostwing cellars provide the village with much-needed income. Also information about the Mothercrystals. Though the people of Valisthea rely on the crystal mined from these mountains in their everyday lives and flock to the ether-rich lands around them in pursuit of their blessing, Sid posits that it is in fact the Mothercrystals and their ability to draw ether from the earth that is the reason for the Deadlands' advance. The few who learn the truth are hunted down by those in positions of power, those whose power rests on their control of this crucial resource. It's very short-sighted too, isn't it?
But how did the grocer know his daughter had been stealing off?
We're maintaining our power
Today?
for the not much longer we're gonna have to actually maintain that power. A Lionheart tonic is now available. It's said that one's own limits is made to be broken, but that doing so is easier said than done. Fortunately, there are ways of convincing the mind that such improbable feats are not only possible, but readily within reach, this tonic being one of them. It's just alcohol, honest. Gradually fills limit break gauge for 30 seconds. You can get more of that going if you want.
I trust it's all here.
Thank you. Right, let's get back for that quest. And then pick up the other one, eh? Imagine the power of a spellcaster remover, because let's not. I'm sure it won't come up some point during the game for desperation plays. Especially if we're invading. You never know, I don't know.
To send a message. Maybe I should just own up to what Owen said. There you are. I just got back to the hideaway and thankfully Otto hasn't seen me yet. I don't suppose you,
Found the things you dropped. I did.
I was so sure they'd be gone. And the letter?
Only a little worse for wear.
Lost supplies, quite a lot of them, due to an unfortunately placed hole in this pack. And there's the lair.
No more skulking about in the shadows for me, then. And all thanks to you. Losing those supplies was one thing, but if Sid had found out about that letter...
Is it about Cursebreaker business?
If only. It's from his daughter. She's off studying in Canver, and her letters are all that keep Sid sane while she's away.
He never mentioned a daughter.
Oh, he's a busy man. And thanks to you, he won't be wasting his time smiting careless couriers with levin bolts. So I'd say you did us both a service. Here, for your troubles. If there's anything you're wanting from Sid, today's the day. He'll be sweet as honey once he gets his hands on this.
We are learning more about Sid indeed.